How could we sit here like this and not laugh at it? That's an honest-to-God fart, isn't it?
It was actually, yeah. That's what we need to give our 100 subscribers. They need this show. This is what we do. The only thing that would make that better is if your shoulders were oiled.
I'm not doing that.
That would be so great.
No, I'm just taking the day to lounge around, bud. But let's get to it. I mean,
yeah.
I think the whole point is that the Packers aren't good enough for us to put much energy into this week. So we're just gonna let it fly.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, look at I even got the banner screwed up. So, hey everyone, this is Breaking Down the Game, episode 12.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a game. It's a game. Let's have some fun with it. So
it is.
So Wiles. So Wiles, it is a game.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be fun, right?
It is supposed to be fun. Just like it was on the playground.
Just like on the playground, where every play was drawn up to go deep, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Each one was a bomb. Yeah. Every play, no running plays on the playground, right?
No, it's all go routes, including the line, right?
And that's right. Everyone goes deep.
Yep.
So what are the Packers doing this year? Do you think they're having any fun this year? And if they aren't, what do they got to do to get back to having fun?
Yeah, that's a great question. I feel like they're not having fun. I feel like I don't see a lot of smiling, a lot of laughing like it has been in years past. They don't look like they're having much fun at all. You know, I don't know how you get back on that when you've been a winner for so long, right? And then you have a year like this where things just are not good. It makes it more difficult to have fun in the shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
If you're always shitty and you go on like a 3-game stretch, it's like you can have fun in that. But when you win all the time and then you're shit, it makes it more difficult. What do you think?
Well, I think you're right. I mean, no one's having fun. Losing isn't fun. And I suppose if they were on the sidelines laughing, we'd be all yelling at, "What do you have to be laughing about? Why are you laughing?"
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I just think it is kind of a freaky, like you said, it's just a season that just wasn't meant to be. I think they're going to come back next year. It'll be just fine.
I hope so, but some things have to shake up. And, with that said, one of the pieces that I think we'd all like to see go is defensive coordinator Joe Barry. Now, I think that it's likely that the Packers are going to part ways with him. Now, first of all, do you agree with that assessment? Do you think they're going to part ways with him?
I mean, I think so. I mean, you look in the past, and he's clearly coached some good games, and a lot of things this year too. There's been times where you could blame it on the players themselves not being in the right positions and stuff like that. But overall, I mean, it's just been week after week of this scheme where it's just so soft in the middle, and I don't know. It's just, it's going to be time for a change there. New energy.
Yeah. I think it just seems obvious that it can't coach or put together a scheme that covers the whole game. Like, for example, this past week against the Titans, they were pretty good against the run. They limited Derrick Henry, which was priority number one. But then they allowed the passing game to just slice them up.
I
And
know.
Tennessee is not a good passing team. So what the heck is going on there?
What do
There's
you
there's
do?
not
You attribute any of that to just our defensive backs playing below average this year, or in safety play, like, or do you think that's all scheme? Because I'm
well,
just like, well, shouldn't we be able to just man up against a team like that and stop them? I mean, I just
what
get it.
you you'd think so, and I think it's a little bit of both, right?
Yeah,
I mean, I've gone back and forth on this scheme a little bit, and you've given me a little shit behind the scenes for that, deservedly so, I might add. But um, it certainly seems like the scheme does not fit the talents of the players that we actually have. And I think when the scheme isn't fitting, they're not playing well, and they're not communicating well, that tends to have an erosive effect on the player's confidence and willingness to play hard.
yeah,
I could be wrong there, but that's just a gut feeling I have.
yeah,
Another thing I was going to ask you is that before Barry was brought in as the defensive coordinator, Packers did offer the job to the current interim head coach for the Wisconsin Badgers, Jim Leonard. Where do you think the Packers would be if Jim Leonard had taken that job instead of turned the Packers down?
God, that's an interesting question. The thing I really like about Leonard is he just brings kind of a natural energy. And I know we talk a lot about how the rah rah part of the game is only goes so far, but I think he's got a great combination of a defensive mind and the rah rah, like, to get
Yeah,
his team up, right? And I don't think he would be one to, like, Barry kind of strikes me the way that this year has went, that he was constantly didn't want to alter his plan because he felt so confident with what his scheme was, even when it was not working week after week after week, until I forgot what game it was when we played somebody poor like the Jets or somebody like that, and then we manned up. um I think Leonard would be, you know, another thing I really like is he blitzes, like the
yeah,
blitzing and stuff like that. So
yeah,
I feel like he would have got more out of the defense, to be honest, than
yeah,
he probably did this year, just because of the energy and because of his style of coaching. What do you think?
yeah. I think you hit the nail on the head right there. For those who don't watch the Wisconsin Badgers defense for the last number of years has been really good. This year is a bit of a down year, but
Yep.
I think the point is that Jim Leonard has like an attacking style of defense, very much attacking, where they're trying to dictate what the opponent is doing rather than sitting back and waiting for the opponent to do something and then reacting to it, which is what I think the Barry system is like. And I think that is what its true downfall is. It's a reactive uh, defense rather than attacking.
Yeah.
I think it was worth just thinking about for a moment. What
Yeah.
if?
Yeah.
What if?
What what
What if?
is
Which is it? So, well,
it
it was worth discussing.
was.
And now I want to go down to this topic, which is, hey, the season's going down the tubes. Aaron Rodgers' thumb is obviously ailing. What do you think about the possibility of sitting Rodgers soon and just telling him your season's done, it's over, let's get Love some reps?
God, that's a great thing. I think obviously they have to be 100% mathematically out of it. I think that's one thing. But I do like, sense after this last loss, that this negative energy for the first time coming out of Rogers' mouth, like with the crowd booing and with the reporters, even some of the questions and how he's dealing with that. And I don't want to start this. He's because when at the end of the day next year, I would want Rogers to be my quarterback, right? I mean,
Yeah,
before where he has a down year like this a little bit, and then he comes back and he's just crazy good. And now you even see with like Watson kind of, you know, maturing a bit, finding his way when Dobbs comes back. Maybe they add another receiver of some sort next year. I feel like they could, he could stand to have some part of this season to really learn to gel with those guys before they sit him and maybe make.
Yeah.
So I would say not for a while. Like make him stick it out, and I think he's the kind of guy, hopefully, that wants to stick it out. What do you think?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think he wants to stick it out, and unless that injury gets worse, I think it's likely that he plays. I mean,
Yeah,
but it's an interesting question because at some point you have to say, geez, Jordan Love, what do we have in you? Because you're going to have to make a decision on his fifth-year option. You're going to need to make a decision relatively soon.
yeah,
Now, is he going to be worth the investment of adding that fifth-year option, knowing that Rodgers is only going to play, 1, 2, 3 more years, right?
yeah,
Again, Rodgers put him in quite a bind, and to be honest, I would like to see Love get some playing time. I think talking about it now is probably a little too early, but let's say the last 2 games. Is that reasonable to say, hey, let's let Jordan Love play? Let's see what we have in him.
yeah.
And what type of message does that send to Rodgers, too?
But how does it benefit or negatively impact Green Bay? Let's say that they put him in, they lose this coming week, and then they put Love in for the remainder of the season, and Love looks pretty damn good. Like he's like, wow, this kid is legit, right?
Yeah.
How does that benefit Green Bay from a trade standpoint, or is it negative because we want to keep him and it's going to cost us money? Like, how do you see that if he played well?
Well, I think that would be a good thing. That's a win-win for the Packers, right?
Yeah,
Because that means, okay, you might have a future quarterback here, depending on what Rodgers does, or like you just mentioned, that might send a potential trade value for him through the roof, right?
yeah,
So I think that would be a good problem to have, but the only thing you would risk is pissing Rodgers off, I think. You know, might that tick him off? We don't know. He's a complicated fella.
yeah,
But it's an interesting question, and I guess we're going to see how this plays out.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
hey, Isles, this week is Thanksgiving. On Thursday, it's Thanksgiving. It's a great day. Everyone across America loves it. We love hanging out, eating some good food, watching some football, even if the Packers aren't playing. So, with that in mind, what are the Packers thankful for this year? What should they be thankful for?
being alive. I mean, like, I'm, that I didn't fly there or drive over there and
Yeah,
beat the piss out of every one of them for ruining my reason for watching football on Sundays.
yeah,
No, I don't know. In all seriousness, um, I don't know. I think that every once in a while it's kind of a good thing to go through this, right? It appreciates
yeah.
You appreciate what we've been fortunate enough to have over the years. Every year feeling like it's almost an automatic that you're going to go to the playoffs even before the season starts. Get comfortable, bud.
Yeah.
Um, and then you never know. It's like this season could propel them to work harder, put the extra time in, make the correct moves, do whatever it takes to come out next year and maybe have a magical year.
Oh, are you okay, bud?
Yeah, I dropped you, man.
That's okay. But I think the Packers should be thankful they have some young talent, especially at the receiver position, that they're going to have some time to develop this year. I like the additions of Zach Tom through the draft. I think Quay Walker's going to be good. I want to see Wyatt out there more. So I think they have a promising rookie class, and they should be thankful for that.
I think a special shout out to HPOV, who's been
Okay.
defending Quay all year. And Quay, I know I've been hard on him on some of these episodes in the earlier part of the season, and then like that email from Harv and all that. And he went through some stuff, but you know what? That kid balled out last week. He was one of the few guys that seemed to just be wanting to win, making tackles.
Yeah.
He was all over the pavement. I thought he played pretty damn well.
Yeah, he's just going to get better and better, and that's what we have to be thankful for.
Yeah.
And yeah, shout out to Higher Point of View. And I want to give another shout out to KHTV because he was talking earlier this season about rookie wide receivers and how they have to get stronger hands.
Yeah.
They have to be stronger with their hands to fight through contested passes, things like that. And he ended up being spot on that, and I want those receivers to continue to develop.
Yeah.
So while we're at it, I just also want to give the other guys from the PackAttack a shout out. AJ, I hope you get out of YouTube jail soon, brother. Big Nate, thanks for holding down the fort and holding the Packers accountable.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what, he tells it like he sees it.
Yeah.
So big shout out to those guys. But other than that, I'm just thankful to have you in my life, bud.
I'm thankful you're here every week, every day, every text. You're always
That's
there.
Right. That's right. That's what true friendship is like, boys and girls.
Yeah.
With that said, I want to get to sharpening the knife.
That we call sharpening the knife, especially on the gland penis. Rub them 50 times.
Isles, what do the Packers need to do to sharpen the knife this week against the Philadelphia Eagles?
I think a lot of things. I mean, Rodgers needs to sharpen his knife. I mean, again, he clearly, not that the whole game was bad, but it's just not up to a standard to be missing some of the passes that he's missing. And they seem to come at key times. And God damn it, stop looking deep all the time. Like, there is sometimes when he goes deep on things like a 3rd and 5, when we need to extend the drive, there's somebody open like right over the middle of the field, and it's like he doesn't even look there. And last week,
Yeah,
he did look there. It's like he threw it behind him, or it was just, he needs to sharpen his own knife.
I can forgive Rodgers for going deep in those situations when he sees a matchup he likes. However, I totally agree with you on those like 3rd and shorts or fourth downs. Why the hell are you going deep on those? It's just silly.
I can't agree more. Yeah, it's frustrating. I don't know. I could go on and on. And goddamn special teams. Sharpen the knife by not making one frickin' dumbass error. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Make your extra points, make your field goals, get the punt down there. Don't give them more than 5-10 yards, and don't frickin' fumble the football. It's just like every week there's something. And it's just like almost like this weird ass omen that's over them.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for sharpening the knife, I think solely we need to look mostly on defense. Philadelphia's explosive offense. So what you need to do is you need to make sure you contain Hurts. Don't let him get outside of the pocket. Don't let him get cheap running yards. Get some pressure on him. And frickin' play some man-to-man defense with your good defensive backs.
Yeah.
Don't let AJ Brown beat you or those dudes like that. They just gotta tighten that pass coverage. They need to tighten that up, and they need to get pressure and just do all the normal things. We feel like a broken record week in and week out. Just sharpen the damn knife. Period, right?
I can't agree more. Yeah, I don't
Oh,
want to, if I see the same shit this week, I mean, maybe what we should do is just play this show for next week's show. Because the
yeah,
goddamn team has just been pretty much the same every week. It's the
yeah,
same areas of fault, shit and
yeah.
falter. It's got to
So,
stop.
yeah, sharpening the knife will just be the same damn thing.
Yeah,
It'll be pre-recorded and run the rest of the year.
yeah,
Rodgers has to play better, contain the quarterback, play tougher defense,
yep. Tackle.
tackle.
What did you
Simple
think of
things like that.
Big Mike's victory yesterday, by the way, against the Vikings?
Thank you for mentioning that because there is nothing more I enjoy for the, other NFL teams than I see the Vikings get pounded into oblivion.
Oh my
I
god.
love hearing the Hormel spam dome quiet as a mouse.
And yeah, just an absolute pounding. And that stat is got to be one of the craziest stats I've ever heard. They're the first like 8-2 team that actually there has a negative point differential.
Yeah,
How
yeah,
crazy is that?
yeah. That just shows that they probably are pretenders.
Yeah, yeah. Well, their defense is not very good, and
No,
Cousins has always been one of those quarterbacks where if you can put pressure on that guy, he's totally different than he is
yeah,
when he doesn't get any pressure. I mean, the guy is great. I'll give him credit. Like when he can just sit back there, and he's got great wide receivers, and he's not getting much pressure. He can pick you apart, but you put a little
well,
pressure on him, and he doesn't like that.
yeah.
He's a
I wouldn't.
different guy.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he's great. Shit, you give me that much time in the pocket, and I'll pick you apart. And I have a pus arm. You, you on the other hand, would be going deep to Jefferson
Oh,
every play. You'd be high octane offense, bud.
I would. I actually, if I ran that offense, I would probably stack like a 3 tight end set, put it on the line, everything on the line, and then I would just put Jefferson out, way out on a go route, just so that that line could give me as much time as I needed to just heave one up to him.
Just to him.
Yep. Every play we would try because 1 out of 4 I'm hitting them, you know what I mean, and we're
Yeah,
going deep for a touchdown.
yeah. Too bad he's not a Packer. That's all I
Yeah,
want to say.
I know he should be.
So Isles, you're looking a bit like a Sith Lord in the dark there. So,
Ah,
uh, but anyway, it's always enjoyable to talk some pack with you. I certainly hope you feel better. I hope the vertigo gets better. That
thank you.
must not be any fun.
It wasn't. Yeah, it's terrible. I literally today I think was seriously the first day I called in sick in like 20 years. No lie. I woke up. Yeah, I did not feel good. So I haven't pretty much haven't gotten out of bed all day.
Yeah,
Just want
and
videos on my phone, and you know how it goes.
yeah. Well, I appreciate you taking the time and doing this from your bed. I felt I needed to do the same, even though I'm just relaxing.
All right. Yeah, you look sexy, by the way.
Thank you.
You should
Thank
do
you.
every breaking down the game just the way you are right now. But like we talked about, I think you need to oil up those shoulders. Yeah.
And maybe I'll surprise everyone next week.
Yeah, please.
And just hope I don't make everyone nauseous. So.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey everyone. Thanks for watching this. Big shout out to the guys in the PackAttack. Check out their channels. Check out Packers Kingdom too. He was on our channel last week. He's always entertaining and has some great ideas. Isles, any last words to say before we break for Thanksgiving?
No. Yeah, enjoy yourself. Are you sticking around town? Is that what you're doing, or?
Yep, I'll be around here. You too.
Yeah, you making any? What's your favorite thing you make? Do you make anything good, or?
We're big into sides. We don't like turkey too much, so usually like do a ham or something like that and a ton of sides. So
yeah.
That's good. What about you, bud?
My favorite is I picked up this meal from my mother-in-law. Actually, it's this chicken or this wild rice. I mean, and it's freaking so good. Like put wild rice, a little burger, just a little bit of bacon in there, mushrooms, celery, onions.
Nice.
A hint of Worcestershire in there just to give it something, and then you just put it in a crock pot, let it sit in there all night long.
Okay.
Glorious. Yeah.
A little side dish action. So yeah. I mean,
either.
Yeah, side dishes are where it's at, man.
Yep, I would agree.
Well, we'll be in touch, and I'm sure we'll be chatting along the way. I want to wish all our viewers a happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy your time with your family and everyone. So.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, bud.
Happy Thanksgiving. Go Pack. Let's beat the Eagles. That was quality.
It was for you, bud. Happy Thanksgiving.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.